We are live. We are live. Trying to get everything through so it's not, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We're going to have the great Daeg with us tonight. If we can get everything figured out. He's going to be joining in shortly. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. We're honored to have the young Michael Myers joining us. He's going to restart his phone and then join in on the live feed. Hope everybody's doing good. If you got questions for the great Daeg, just let us know. Type them in the comments. Indigo says legit Fang Gang. That's right. Mary, hello, Mary. And I asked anybody watching this, just share it up. Share it up. You'll give it a couple of minutes, and we're going to have Daeg. We're going to have Mark Richards. He worked with Daeg on the Rob Zombie Halloween movie as a prop master for that film. Liz, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody been up to? Dale says, what's up, man? What's up, Dale? Like I said, if you're watching this, please share it up. Share it up, share it up. Share it up. Try to add him on in right now. Mary says she's babysitting. Here we have him, the great Daeg. How's things going tonight?
Oh, yo, doing good. I'm glad I figured out here there for a second.
What you been up to today?
Chilling, man. Lots of chilling. I made a beat. My mom got me a super early birthday present, and now I got a new laptop. So that's awesome because I keep running out of space. I've had the same MacBook Air for like 5 years. So every project I do, I have to delete before starting a new one.
That's cool. Now, you got everybody knows you, of course, from Rob Zombie's Halloween. But a lot of people might not know it. You're a good musician, you're a great musician in the rap game right now. Actually, you're the only horror icon in the rap game. And you got some new music dropping.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I do, yeah. All right, word, yeah. So in 5 days, June 3rd, I have a 12-song project called The Wicked Wicked West. I produced it. I rapped on it. I got 2 homies featured on that, Scumbag Fred and Young Rich. It's lit.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit. When does the album drop?
It drops June 3rd.
Next Wednesday.
Yep.
And how can they listen to it?
Yeah, you're freezing. It'll be on every streaming platform. Besides SoundCloud. I left SoundCloud for a minute. But Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all that jazz.
Great. And you guys watching, if you got a question, drop a question in the comment. Throw out a share on Facebook, YouTube. Help spread the word. Michael said Jay is Sergeant Horror, Clerks 3. I think we could do a Clerks. Can you hear me?
Man, this is super freezing on my end. Barely. You keep cut.
Can I call you on your end? It's freezing up.
In and out. Here.
Can you hear? It's freezing up again. There you go. Can you hear us now? What was that commercial? Can you hear me now? Hey, Amanda. How are you doing? Liz wants to know who's your favorite rapper. Let me see what I can do here.
Yo.
Got you on.
Okay, cool. Hopefully this one's better. My mom just came running to me with her phone. She's like, try my phone. Hopefully it works.
Got you. Liz wants to know who's your favorite rapper.
My favorite rapper, originally it was E40, Busta Rhymes, and Tech 9. Now I listen to a bunch of different people.
Got you. I was watching that video you got on YouTube, and if you guys hadn't seen it, you're a vampire.
The Fang Gang video?
The Fang Gang.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a 3-song vampire mixtape. Also, I produced super fun because, I've always loved vampires. Like, since I seen Interview with a Vampire when I was like 4 or 5. That's the reason my hair's long to this day, was because I was like, yo, I want to be them. Like, that's got to be me in the future.
Now, would you say in that, let me ask you this straight up. If they're rebooting the whole Anne Rice thing.
I know.
Would you take a role in Interview with a Vampire?
Oh, hell yes. Most definitely. I hope they hire me. Like,
they'd be stupid not to. You guys, y'all heard it first on Mad Monster, Michael Myers in an Interview with a Vampire. That would be amazing.
Right?
If they need test footage of that, they got the Fang Gang video that they could go to. The long hair, the fangs, the youthful appearance. Oh man, you would smoke them on that. I would actually. I don't go to the theater for much, especially with this stuff. But I would go to the theater to watch that.
Thank you, man.
Would you do? Which character would you like? Would you rather have Lestat's character, or what was it, Brad Pitt's character?
Brad Pitt's character.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking. Yep, Indigo says you fit. Is that little Michael Myers, man? You've grown well. That's what Stephanie says.
Thank you. Make sure you check out my music. I'm great, Daeg.
And Gina says, do you keep in touch with Will Smith from working on Hancock? If so, any plans for collabs with Jada or Will?
I've sent Will Smith a couple of my links. Who knows if he's actually looked at them? I would love, love, love to have a collab with either one of them or both of them. I think if Will Smith and I made a song, we might as well be businessmen about it and make it something about our interaction in Hancock, because that would be funny. Our fans would love that.
That would be cool. I mean, I couldn't imagine that. Hey, I would like to see you do something with Offset and Cardi B.
Hey, that would be turnt. That would be super, man. That'd be wild. I got a song down it'll be coming out by like October, like by Halloween, I'm sure. I'm featured on a Tech Nine song that Ghostman will also be featured on.
That's nice. I like Tech Nine. He's got a great business model of how he's remained independent, but at the same time, he's making money,
Right?
Amanda said, yes, Brad Pitt's character. She agrees with you.
There we go. Armand, yeah.
Yep. Stephanie said, for real.
For really real.
Michael wanted to know, how was it working with Rob Zombie?
He's a wonderful director. I personally love improvisation, and he was down for improv. So, he just hires the right actors, and he's like, all right, the character, the shot A to B, just do it, and even that scene where I'm crying with Malcolm McDowell, that wasn't in the script. He was like, I want some more footage with you guys. So he just pointed the camera and we just went for it.
Man, you did an amazing job, because acting with a talent like Malcolm McDowell, Clockwork Orange, I mean, that's got to be intimidating.
It was a little intimidating. Him and Tyler the Creator, or not Tyler the Creator, geez, where's my brain? Tyler Maine, totally different people, were the people that I knew, like, hopping onto the set.
Awesome. Amanda says that would be dope. Yeah, and if you guys want to see him in Anne Rice's interview with a vampire, start tagging people on social media. Tag Anne Rice. Tag the production companies. Let's start a petition. Let's get the movement going. I mean, we need to make horror good horror, and I think that would be a great way to reboot that. I mean, you've already proven you can act. We know that from the pictures that you've done. I mean, from a young age back. Chris says, "What's up? What's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?"
Who would you have? Liz says, "Who would you have for your Lestat and Claudia?"
Oh man.
That's
what? Let's say Billie Eilish for Claudia, and James Franco for Lestat.
Wow. That would be amazing.
Right?
Most righteous keep busy. James says there he is.
Busy, man. Always working on. Oh, I think he's in again. Hopefully, come on, you got it. There we go.
Yep.
We good? All right, word.
Yeah. I got Mark Richards. He's my co-host on this with me. I'm gonna join him in on the screen. He worked with you on the Halloween movie as the prop master.
Hey, D.
You there, D?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I love Mark. Mark's cool.
Yeah. How's your mom? Uh-oh.
Yo, what's up, dog? How you doing?
Good, brother. How's your mom? Is your mom okay?
Hell
yeah. Uh-oh.
He's freezing up a little bit. Now you worked with Daeg on the Halloween film.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was
We
wonderful.
were just talking about how he would make a wonderful addition to the cast of the remake for Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, he has such an angelic look. Yeah, angelic look. I think he'd be great for any of that stuff. He's already pale and cool looking. Throw some fangs on him, and we're done.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's froze up for a minute. I know he'll come back and rejoin us for a second. How was it working with him as a young kid on set?
He was really good. He was very professional. He was really, really good. And Rob loved him. There was a couple times where Rob would be sitting down in the corner, or there's a great time where Daeg and Rob Zombie were sitting in front of the Michael Myers house, and they were just talking. And I'm on the walkie going, "Where is our photographer? Get over here, get some pictures of this." And finally they found her, and she came up, and it was just these wonderful shots of just them two sitting in front of that house. It was just very picturesque. I loved it. So what? But yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I could definitely see him as a vampire. I mean, that would be like, they'd be stupid. They'd make a lot of money with having him in an Interview with a Vampire, and I think definitely horror fans should start a movement to see that. I see you're back. Could you hear us? And he's gone. Hey, Eddie's back.
There we go. Okay. Am I back?
You're back.
I was just talking about how the time I saw you were sitting in front of the Michael Myers house, and Rob came, and you guys were sitting there talking, and everybody was giving you guys your space, but I was like, "Get the photographer over here. We need to get a shot of that." It was such a great shot. And I've seen pictures of that, and it's fantastic. I don't know if you remember that one.
Chris says you're the freaking awesome man, Daeg. Liz says, "What's up, Mark?"
Hey, Liz.
Indigo says, "Who wouldn't want to see Daeg as a vampire?" I mean, I agree.
I heard that a lot of these computers, when we do this, they don't work well with vampires. So he might be a vampire. That might be the problem.
That might actually be a thing.
It's a great story where the scene where he ends up taking the tree branch and beating the hell out of the kid. You remember this? That was like the coolest day ever. And I mean, you tagged him. That was so good, man. That was a good scene. It was frightening to watch.
I think it was funny because I was taking it pretty easy on him, because I just didn't want to hurt him, even though it was made out of styrofoam, right? Like it could.
It was foam.
Yeah. So but then I remember Rob telling me go harder, go harder, go harder. We're on the last stick because I kept breaking them.
Yeah, I know. I have a couple of the broken ones that people are always wanting to buy off me.
Nice.
Yeah, Mark, I don't know if you know it, Daeg. Mark is a longtime punk rocker band member, has been involved in the music industry for a while. Have you ever thought doing a cross between rap and punk rock?
I feel like I almost have. Like my last, I did a song in February called Freaks, and that one's an 80s vibe, punk, growl, sex, smoky type song. But I have a couple up with that, maybe it's the Blunts. That one's kind of punky, not like the oi, bop 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 punk, but more like the complaining type punk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what was that video you were in? Were you on a horse or something? It was like you're like an angel, or it was just this really bizarre video. What was that? You know what I'm talking about? That's what it was. That was, but it was badass.
but that was a sick music video. Yeah, like 3 years ago, I was in a music video for Blondie. It's called Fun.
That's right. That was badass. That's a good one. You guys should look that up. He's really good at that. It was all about you too. It was like you.
I know, right? So
We have Olivia says that kill with the stick is her favorite kill of the whole franchise.
oh yeah.
What was
Dayla,
that? I'm sorry.
Dayla says, "How come you hadn't been acting too much lately? Also, did you ever get to meet John Carpenter?"
I did not get to meet John Carpenter, and I have been acting lately. Why are you asleep?
That's what I'll tell you. They got to follow you on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube to get to see all the stuff you're producing.
Right? Yeah, I've got a couple TV shows out right now. New one I'm about to start filming. I've got a couple movies that were waiting to be released. I've got a movie that we're waiting to film. And they're waiting to cast this one movie that I feel like I'm going to get it until after this lockdown. So lots in the works.
Goddamn lockdown. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Was that Shauna? Hey, Shauna, how's Texas?
Liz says Daeg and Machine Gun Kelly. Would you mess with Machine Gun Kelly? I think he froze up for a minute. Some technical difficulties. You there? Well, let me ask you, Bart. You said you have those sticks that he used to kill the guy with in the Halloween, and they were foam.
They were rubber foam, yeah.
Yo, it's freezing.
You got the he went from being very sweet to the guy to like beating the shit out of him. And it was the kid that starred in I wish I remember. It was your boy. Who's your favorite? One of your favorite directors? He directed
And he's a kid from Spy Kids.
Yeah, Spy Kid. Yeah, he beat the shit out of him eventually. There was a great scene though when the kid. I'm so bad with names. He's supposed to be mean to this kid, just an extra, and he goes walking by him, and he was supposed to just pull down his beanie and then push him. Well, he pulled down his beanie and he pushed him. The kid stumbled and fell, and the kid's supposed to be all badass, but he's like, "Oh my God!" You see him run back and apologizing, and Rob's like, "It's perfect. It's perfect." It sucks because it wasn't even so nice at the last second. But it was cute.
So the last question that we had was from Liz that said, "Would you do a song with Machine Gun Kelly?"
I don't see why not.
And they want to know what we thought of Three from Hell. Did you watch Three from Hell?
I actually did, and I loved the cinematography. That the piece was it was just great on the eyes.
Yeah, I wish he would have let me write the script. We would have had a lot better of a story, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Daeg said the lag's bad today for Daeg.
Sure is.
We just survive, adapt, and overcome. Where can we hear the new Trash Fire EP?
Spotify, Apple, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon, Tidal, Deezer, TikTok, Instagram, everything besides SoundCloud, honestly.
So what's your favorite scene in Halloween? That's what David wants to know.
Killing Daryl Sabaro with the stick, hands down. That was.
Yeah, I like, the original Halloween, the kid just stabs one person and doesn't have the total breakdown. I like the way you kind of gave a good backstory and origin story for Michael Myers that's kind of satisfied me. I just think Rob should have put you.
I feel like every big character, whether it's horror or not, deserves an origin story.
Daeg, why is Yummy Yummy a number one banger? That's what Jamie says. And you got some bangers.
You
Your
feel me?
music
I don't
is
know.
really young.
It is what it is.
Freeze it up a little bit. It happens. So you said June 3rd, the new album's coming out. They need to follow you on Instagram if they're not. I'm
Do you
gonna.
remember your, hey, Deke, do you remember your hamster in Halloween? Remember your little hamster? You had to feed, then you killed it. Remember that guy? I ended up with the hamster for the
I'm glad
longest
I didn't have to
time.
kill him or even put a knife.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had him for a long time. I gave it to my daughter. You know what else I gave to my daughter? On her birthday, the scene where you were in the hospital, you made a card for your mother, and it was my daughter Brittany's 13th birthday, and you gave her a birthday card. We changed it, and you said happy. It's in a frame. It's like one of our prized possessions. It was very nice of you to do that too.
Hell yeah, of course. You're cool, so I got you. Hold on, I think I need to switch phones again. It's a lag, man. It's wild.
Okay, that's fine. And in worst case scenario, we can always call you, and we could do just voice if we need to. But that's something, Mark. You got all the cool props, man. I am jealous.
Yeah, I got a knife. Rob's got a knife. Tyler's got a knife, and I got a knife. There's a knife that was used in a photo session. There's a retractable I didn't get, but I have a knife that I gave Tyler Maine all the way through the movie. I kept that mother. I have it. I have that in a frame. It's like my prized possession.
Daeg's back. Now, what happened to the clown mask from the movie?
I have one of them.
Wow.
And I actually have the clown outfit too.
Wow.
Hey, if you ever want to sell it, hit me up, man.
Yeah, okay. I want to sell the mask to Tech Nine because we have a song coming up, and the whole reason we have a song coming up is because he's such a Halloween fan. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got his attention. I'm like, yo, dude, you literally have a doll of me behind you in a few of your posts.
Wow.
So I feel like he would really appreciate that mask.
He probably would. Chris said, Daeg, that whole thing with Sherry killing herself with a gun in Halloween. Can you tell me why she committed suicide for?
Because her son was a psychotic killer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like she felt like she failed as a mother,
Yeah.
Daeg hustling like fire out here. Keep it up. Get that money. Hey, that's the name of the game. David wants to know, do you prefer the original Halloween over the remake? Of course he prefers the Rob Zombie one over the original.
Yeah, I mean, I like mine. I'm not honestly I know some of my fans get a little upset with this, but I'm not honestly the biggest horror fan. So I think I've literally only seen the original and mine.
It's funny about the original though is when the young Michael Myers is stabbing his sister, he's staring at the knife because the camera's through his eyes. He's staring at the knife, killing at her. I always thought that was kind of odd. Although I love that movie, but I always thought it was funny that he's looking at his hand going up and down. Watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Dalen says, when did you decide you wanted to be a rapper?
I had a brain injury when I was 16. And when I came out of that coma, it was just, that's what I wanted to do. And I was garbage at first. I was garbage, but I practiced. And that's the thing with anything. If you ever want to do anything in life, if you just do it every day, there's no way you're not going to get better at it. You know what I'm saying? So years down the line, signed to Sony. Hey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, did you touch base on that Will Smith movie? I think it was brilliant in that. You were such a great bully in that movie.
Right, that was fun. That was really fun.
You're
Especially
great,
working
man.
with Will Smith. Like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
He's going to go kill somebody. I swear to God, he's a murderer, folks. He's not here right now. I'm telling you, the guy's got bodies in the basement. Just stay cool.
Hey, everything's going fine. Had a little technical difficulty myself, but I got that worked out.
Great.
What'd I miss?
Nah, nothing.
So, Chris wants to know what was going on. We lost Daeg for a second. That's okay. He'll be back. It happens.
thank God for my mom. Shout out my mom real quick right here because she saw my phone hella lagging and her phone's doing the same thing, but having the two phones, it seems like I'm good for like 4 minutes and it'll start chopping up and I'm just gonna switch back to the other phone.
I got you. We appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule because I know you've been producing a hell of music.
Lots.
And Chris says, what was going on through your mind when you were stabbing the hell out of the Annie in Halloween 2?
Nothing. I wasn't.
Yeah.
It was in Halloween 2.
What's funny about Daeg is when we did Halloween, he was I always looked at him and he goes, he's too small to grow up to be Tyler Mane. But now I could see where you would have grown up to be Tyler Mane. You shot up so fast.
Yeah. He's still got like at least a half a foot on me type shit.
Yeah, but you're pretty tall, man. I'm blown away by how big you shot up.
Right? It's the Danish blood.
Stephanie says, I can't watch when you're begging to go home on the movie.
That's sad.
Hell yeah. That was that I was just talking about where I was about to say freestyled. It was improv.
Jamie says, Mickey
yeah,
is a G. Liz says, hi, Mom. Hi, Mickey. Chris says, shout out to her. Shout out, Mickey. Trash Fire EP has gotten me through the last week, by the way. Love it. That's what Olivia says.
That's so sick to hear, man. I love that because like music started as like my type of therapy just to like help me get by. So it's awesome when it's like helping other people get by too, you know?
Yep. Jake says, shout out to moms. Stephanie says, that scene and Frankenstein are the only two horror flicks that made her cry.
That's Rob Zombie's favorite horror film.
Wow.
Frankenstein.
Okay, nice.
Jeff says, hi. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining. Stephanie says, I grew up in hospital wards. You were freaking heartbreaking. And Jamie says, yummy, yummy, got her pregnant. That's probably one of the best comments I've heard in a long time.
It happens.
Yeah.
Name it Daeg.
Do you keep in touch with anyone from Halloween? That's what David wanted to know.
Yeah, Scout and I chop it up a bunch. Tyler and I sometimes. Yeah. Scout and Tyler.
Tyler's got a production company, doesn't he?
And Christina sometimes. Reason.
I bump into Brad Dorff and Malcolm McDowell every once in a while, especially at Mad Monster. But I'll be on set or I'll be on a location, and they'll be working on a show, and I'll wander over and try to remind them who I am.
They want to know, what is it like being seen as a dangerous kid killer?
I mean, pretty badass. You feel me? Because of that, I'm the only horror icon in the rap game.
Jeff said he heard you was a troublemaker.
Just because of the song Troublemaker.
Hey, I say we go out. When I come out to LA, we have to go out and cause some trouble then. You know?
Yeah. I'm always down for a little trouble.
Shoot. I'll have to shoot you a video when I come out there.
Word.
Chris Wilson, do you talk to Sherry sometimes?
I actually saw Rob and Sherry at some point last year for a quick bit. We chopped it up real quick, but I mean, not really.
Gina said Bart should have brought those stick props out for show and tell.
You know, I thought about that. I was out, and I should have brought some stuff. I do have some stuff here too. I have the photo where Tyler's trying to show Scout that, you know, she was the little baby, and he's trying to give it to her. I have that laying around somewhere. I do have Halloween props laying around somewhere. I should have did that. Maybe when we talk horror films, I'll bring some stuff, and I'll start bringing some of the props I have that I'm not supposed to have, by the way, but I have.
That would be the cool part of it. I mean, really. And everybody watching, like I said, if y'all got a question, drop it in the comments. Share this up. Y'all need to be sure, if y'all not following the Great Daeg, you have to follow on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. He's putting out hella YouTube content, songs like crazy. You know, everybody's saying it in the comments. David said you did an amazing job as Michael Myers. I loved him. The backstory as a kid. And that was the thing with the original one that always kind of like, he just went in there and stabbed her up and came out there and held the knife and didn't say anything. And I feel like they lingered on that shot too long. It was like, you know, give me more.
Rob did that at the last second. He changed a scene where Daeg you were in the police car, and all of a sudden he did that whole rig shot where they pan down and come into him. That was all improvised right then and there because we didn't have that on the shot list. That was Rob just being creative at the last second, and it's an amazing shot. It was an amazing shot. Everybody had stopped. It was really good.
Jamie says, y'all don't forget to watch Ditch Party.
Oh, yeah. That was a movie I did a few years back with Noel G about the school shootings. That one's pretty good.
Wow.
When I saw the premiere of it, or when we went to the premiere, I actually, like, my part at the end, like, made myself sitting there cry. I was like, damn.
Gina says, Mark, you should do a whole live video just going over props from your collection.
Yeah. What I should do is I should have a camera crew come to one of my storage units and just open up crates and dig out stuff. Because I swear to God, I do that. And it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'll open up a crate and I'll pull something out that I totally forgot that I had. Then I'll sell it.
Dayla said, do you think that you as a kid would bully you now? That's kind of a trick question.
You'd kick their ass.
Yeah, no.
Said the kid that you did to William Forsythe was freaking cool. He was a real prick to you and Sherry.
It's funny.
Yeah, that one was fun.
I got to wrap them up in duct tape though. I had a double. No, I used baby powder on the duct tape so it wouldn't stick to his face. But I wrapped them up. I have that photo somewhere too. I have to dig out my photos. I should have. Sorry, folks.
That's crazy. That's
I've
crazy.
been asked.
He's been asked if he's got
I've
girls
been
wanting
asked
him
how
to
long
duct
it
tape
took me
him.
to wrap them before. That wasn't me.
That was me.
You shouldn't have told it, Mark. That way the girls keep asking him to duct tape them up. Stephanie said, "What's the favorite scene that he played?" We'll ask him that when he comes back. What's your favorite scene from the movie, Mike?
I to this day I love the fact, and my assistant got to do the pumpkin head on the boyfriend that's Michael Myers hanging, and he sticks the pumpkin head on it. I always loved that scene. It was really a very dark and cool and very, to me, Michael Myers Halloween feel to it. I love that scene, and it was improv by Rob. Rob at the last second said, "Hey, carve me a pumpkin," and stuck that on the guy's head. It was cool.
Now, what's your favorite scene from the movie, Daeg?
Oh, killing Daryl Sabaro. Killing Logan. That was the best. Hey, I'm gonna head out. It's just super laggy. I got some work on my new laptop to do. Super lit. Maybe we'll do this again. Whatever. Just stay in contact. Hit me up.
It's great seeing you. Say hi to your mom for me.
Always.
Great time.
Hi, good to see you.
I appreciate you joining in, and thanks for answering all the fans' questions. And throw this out here before you go. One of the things that if people are interested in getting a verse from you on as a feature, they should hit you up on Instagram.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. I'm Great Daeg. Same with like my Spotify and Apple and stuff. Is Great Daeg, and it's one word. I know a lot of people get that confused. They're like, "Oh, I can't find you," and it's because they put a space between Great and Daeg, but it's one word.
Gotcha. Well, you take care. We'll stay in touch. Anytime you want to come on, feel free to hit me up, man.
It's great seeing you, brother.
Word. Likewise, y'all stay blessed.
You too. Yeah, he's in a spotty connection, but I appreciate him being so gracious with our time.
Hell yeah, we fought through that storm. That was great.
That's what they tell us in the Marines. Survive, adapt, and overcome. When you're under less than ideal situations, you just gotta work through it.
Yeah. Yeah. He really was very professional at a young age. He's a really good guy to work with. And if there's any casting agents or anything out there, you want somebody that gives 100%, that's the kid right there. He's a wonderful actor.
I just like I had mentioned to him before you got on, is when you're a little kid, a young, I don't know how old he was, 10 or 12?
Yeah, he was youngin'.
When you're acting beside Hollywood legends like Malcolm McDowell,
Brad Dourif.
and you holding your own on the screen.
No, he was brilliant. He was excited to be there, but he was brilliant. Rob Zombie has that ability, when you go down the line, Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, Malcolm McDowell, Brad Dourif. I mean, he has the ability to find like really quality actors, and he uses them to their advantage, and he lets them be what they are, and he lets them go, which is always really entertaining to see.
And what you said you worked on the project with the props and stuff, and you were really the one that duct taped up William Forsythe.
Yeah, that's and I have, and it's funny because I found it recently, the photo, but it was supposed to be a police photo of when they found him with him all duct taped and stuff for the longest time, and I threw it away because I'm a moron. I threw all the duct tape because I was going to double stick it on both sides, but then you take baby powder and you wipe it on the sticky and it comes off. So that was, and I remember at the Michael Myers house where we were filming it, I had a fence just filled with duct tape where I was taking a paintbrush and baby powdering it so I could wrap them up and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
William Forsythe is another just brilliant actor. He was in character the whole time. I don't think it ever comes why he had a cast on. I don't know if that was real or fake. I can't remember, but he was a brilliant actor. He's a brilliant actor.
I mean, you can definitely see in Rob's Halloween why a young man like that would just snap and just murder everybody. I mean, bullied at school,
yeah,
be it, the situation with his mom, her
yeah,
boy.
but that cat was killing animals way before he went all. That guy he was killing dogs. We had all these photos. The prop master that did it was John Bruno had gone out and just took photos after photos of fake animals, and we had like stacks of photos of animals that young Michael Myers had supposed to kill. I remember, if you look at it just popped in my head because in Halloween 2, there's a scene that they dressed. It looks like From the Inside for Alice Cooper's album From the Inside, and there's a scene that I had done just for the hell of it, and it got a close up where Daeg opens up his locker, and I did. There's like a plane dropping a bomb on a school, but I did Alice Cooper's eyes in the locker because I wanted to throw Alice Cooper in there. I talked to Rob about that too. I was like, why don't you put Alice Cooper? Because he's a huge fan of Alice Cooper. Why don't you put Alice Cooper in your movies? And he told me that he didn't think Alice Cooper would want to be in one of his movies. But although Calico was was supposed to be in the movie, she was there when he did the book signing. When Malcolm McDowell, as Loomis, is doing a book signing, she was going to come up and give him a book. But at the last second, and this is how I got. Did you get my gift? Did you get my package? I sent you a book.
I haven't gotten it yet.
I sent you a book from Halloween, but that's how I got stacks of those books because we were going to do a big book signing scene. At the last second, Rob just goes, "You know what? Let's put a big picture of young Michael, and I want Loomis to give a speech." And he wrote a different scene. So that's how I ended up with like all the artwork for those books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it, and I appreciate that. Oh man, we'll have to do an unboxing on the live show.
Yeah,
show everybody that. And for everybody that hadn't seen it, that I just put up his Instagram. So if you want to go follow him on Instagram, he releases a lot of music. He goes live a lot. It's totally worth the follow.
Yeah, he's a good kid. His mother's an actress too. She's supposed to be really good too. I've never seen her work, but I know she acts a lot too.
Gina says Rob Zombie's casting is impressive. Karen Black was a great Mother Firefly. Seeing Rainn Wilson in a horror movie was just meant to be.
Yeah. Luckily, I got to work with Karen Black on during the shootout at the Firefly Ranch on Devil's Rejects. I got to talk to her, and I got to say, because that Trilogy of Terror was like one of my favorite TV movies ever. And I got to walk up and tell her I loved it, which is cool.
Chris said, "What's the deal with the weird guitars in their mark?"
In my pad? I don't think I have a weird guitar.
I don't know what.
There's something behind me that he thinks a weird guitar, but I'm not sure what it is.
Gotcha. Chris says, "Thank you." But yeah, we're gonna have to one night do a live feed. It's funny you mentioned the shootout scene. I was talking with Bill Mosley today.
Oh, really?
I was asking Bill. He's gonna come on with us. We got Michael Berryman, Kane Hodder.
Wow.
Linnea, Scream Queen. She's coming on. It's gonna be crazy.
I did a couple movies with Linnea. I told you my favorite line that I ever gave was, "You lied to me. You never did it with any zoo animals." That was to Linnea in Vice Academy 1.
Yeah, Linnea's good. You free Monday night?
Uh, I'm here. I'm ready to go.
All right, let me know. We'll jump on that. Jake said, great interview, boys.
Thanks, Jake.
I got Kara to sign a replica
Oh, that's badass.
fetish doll starred on Profiler.
That's badass.
Tammy said, I got one of those books and some other props at a convention for our older son. He was deployed and couldn't be there.
Did you get it from me? Had to have, I hope. I know the problem with me making replicas is that people are taking them and saying they're screen used. There was only one book in Halloween, and people there's like 50 people that are out there going, "Oh, I have the book." No, you don't, folks, because I do.
Yeah, and I mean, it's amazing to me as a collector. We'll do a collection one night. Kane's going to be on with us too. We're going to have Kane Hodder with us. And we'll have to have a live feed just about teaching people how to collect. Because for me as a collector, I don't really care if it's screen used. But the fact that the prop master that made that prop recreated it, that's an amazing thing for me as a collector. I just blows my mind away.
Well, what's cool about that book is if you see Malcolm McDowell, get him to sign it as Loomis. You could have a real signature in the back, but have it like he's actually doing a book signing. And that was how that all came about. I thought I'd go to conventions and sell those books that Malcolm was at, and people were having Malcolm sign it as Loomis. That's so badass to me. If you're a fan of Halloween, it's so cool. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Clockwork Orange.
Oh, hell yeah!
He's an amazing actor, and he did a great job at 31. I was watching some of Rob Zombie's commentary on 31, and he said he only had Malcolm for like 2 days, and the reason Malcolm's kind of looking down is because they had a teleprompter and he had never seen the lines and was just going through them. He's that good.
Yeah. His son's a director, and I was doing a TV show called Dear White People, and he was directing, and I have some Clockwork Orange high tops, and I walked up and I was like showing them off to him and stuff. But I told, I was able to say, I'm a big fan of your father, and I worked with him, that kind of story. But his son's a really good director.
Chris says the shootout in the car on the Devil's Rejects was really bad scene in the movie. What's your opinion on that, Mark?
I love Devil's Reject. I didn't do that. I did the Firefly shootout. That ending was odd for me. It was odd for me, but that's Rob.
It felt very Thelma and Louise's type.
Yeah.
But with Freebird.
Yeah. Freebird, the slow-mo. Yeah.
And Sharon's, mouthing curse words. Manuel said, Kane is awesome. My first prop job was with him on Friday the 13th, part 9.
All right. 44.
Shania says, yes, Clockwork Orange is such a great flick.
That scarred me. I was too young when I saw it. It scarred me.
And Manuel says, Mark, thank you for posting so many funny pics. Makes the day go by faster.
Horror Icona. Thanks, buddy.
Angela says, what do you think makes Michael Myers such a scary and iconic character?
I don't know. I think anybody that just shows up and kills relentlessly, no dialogue, just is there, is always going to be frightening. And he's always going to be the boogeyman. I don't know. Michael Myers is always one of my favorite. When I think of these type of films, it's Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy are kind of like in second place for me. But Michael Myers, there's a dignity to his way and his movement that I've always thought was frightening, that I really, really like.
If I'm honest with you, Michael Myers never frightened me because it's a Captain Kirk mask. And as far as the killing's concerned, I feel like, if you go to capture and kill somebody, which I've never done, um, it's more fun to play with your prey and talk to them and kind of give some back and forth. I think Freddy was too funny with his victims, but like, I think it's good. Like, I'm coming to get you. It's hard to pull off without sounding corny on film, but for serial killers that have done it in real life, they talk to their victims and it just intensifies the whole process.
If it works. I had the luxury of talking to Malcolm about the Michael Myers mask, because in Star Trek he kills Kirk, and I go and in Halloween he kills a man in a Kirk mask. And I was like, what do you got against Kirk? But I don't know. I thought that was funny just because he kills them both in two different genres, or tries to kill them. He shoots him a bunch of times.
The Freebird scene in Devil's Rejects was a Scooby-Doo ending. I agree.
Yeah, I love Rob Zombie.
Chris says there is a Freddy versus Jason Dreamscape that is coming out soon. I hadn't heard anything much. I ain't been following that.
Like to see it.
Yeah, they're supposed to have a ruling on the Friday the 13th rights case, and it'll be interesting to see what they rule, because that could, give us a new Friday the 13th, could give us some new content for the Friday the 13th video game. And I learned something new the other day that I did not know. Did you know Kane Hodder did all the Jasons for the Friday the 13th video game?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I knew that.
Where have I been? I guess, I don't know.
Didn't he recreate that for a photo session for Mad Monster? I wasn't there that year, but I think they did a Jason video game photo op, which is, once again, Mad Monster brilliant.
Yeah, that would be something. I would, I really, I hope everybody, that watches these things and that interacts with these guys, I hope you realize that these horror icons are very generous with their time when they come to these conventions and meet people and talk and do these photo ops. It's amazing to me how gracious they are to the fans.
I agree 100%. There's nothing better than going out afterwards and having a drink and seeing all your great celebrities that you've grown to know and love wandering around. But the first time I ever worked with Kane Hodder, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but I'll throw it out real quick, was on Ghoulies Go to College. I was working for the art department, and I had met Kane, and I had told him how much I loved his work as Jason, and that I'm a big horror fan. And one night I was turning everything off, and I was like the last person on set. Everybody had gone, and I was walking out, and I turned a corner, and Kane Hodder grabbed me and lifted me up and took a drill gun to my head, and I was like, I'm in heaven. It was like out of nowhere he did that. It was like such a great experience for such a fanboy. Kane Hodder.
Yep. Gina says you cannot mistake Kane's shoulders in the Friday the 13th game, and he dressed as Part 2 Jason, 8-bit Jason, Savini Jason, and Phoenix in the Mad Monster photo ops.
That's right. It's Baghead Jason.
Chris said followed them there. The executive producer Blake is great, talking about the Freddy versus Jason Greenscape. I think once this thing starts opening back up, we're going to see a lot of great horror content coming out, because the feeling that I get talking to everybody is everybody's reading scripts, writing scripts, and making plans.
Yeah.
I know they're going to try to pare down some of the productions because some of the production companies are cheap asses, but I think we're going to see a large influx of movies because we need it. We done been on quarantine and watched everything: Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, Amazon, all the
Yeah.
streaming stuff. We watched everything, so y'all got to make a bunch of new stuff for everybody to watch.
Yeah, I'm watching the same movies over and over and over again right now. But yeah, I hope Hollywood comes back strong. I need to get back to work.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. I think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to be good. I really do. But Monday we're gonna have Quigley on. Get you to join in with us since you've been in some films with her. And Tuesday, have you ever worked with Michael Berryman?
No, I've met him a few times, but I've never worked with him.
Yeah, he's tentatively scheduled for Tuesday. We're going to make sure and see how that goes.
Got a lot of questions for that cat.
Liz says her favorite celebs to see at the con are Robert Englund, Matthew Lillard, the Crypt Keeper, and the Creeper.
I did a...
Get him, boy! Get him! Get him!
I did Killer Pad with Robert Englund. I did a couple of films with Robert Englund. And it's not... I don't want to make it sound like he gets angry on set, but there was a time that he was not happy about something because he had asked for something. I think it was a lighting thing, and it didn't happen. We were ready for the shot, and it wasn't lit properly. And I remember my assistant who ended up being Chrome Skull, Nick Principe, comes running, goes, "Mark, Robert's pissed off. Come on!" And we'd run out to the set to watch him because there's nothing better than seeing Robert Englund turn into Freddy Krueger when he was like, "All right, guys, I told you to put the light over there," and he'd look over at us and he goes, "Fuck you, Mark. Fuck you, Nick," because we'd be so happy to see him angry because he is Freddy Krueger when he's angry. It's just it was magical for us. We loved it.
I always imagine Robert Englund as the nerd from V.
Yeah.
I love that show. That was a good show.
Yeah.
But he that was a huge risk they took on Freddy Krueger because nobody had really talked. And he pulled that thing off.
No, he owns it. He owns Freddy Krueger. They should have never did Nightmare remake without him. He owns it. He's still young. He's still able to do it. Keep him. We want to see him. That's the whole thing. You got a fan base. We want to see Robert Englund.
Liz says Nick was a sweetheart to meet in person.
Yeah.
Angela says Chrome Skull is fantastic. I wish they'd make a part 3 to Chrome Skull. I hadn't seen Nick in a while.
I was working on Queen of the South, and Rob Hall was doing effects for us, and they were trying to get money up to do 3. I found a case. Speaking of props, I found a case in my storage, and I opened it up. Nothing but Chrome Skull props. It's all the medical tools and torture devices and stuff.
Wow. We're gonna have to come out there and film at your thing and see your storage unit when we come out to LA, because that would be amazing.
Nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Shadea says, love listening to your stories, Mark. Always great.
Thanks.
I definitely agree.
Anna. She's my cousin.
She's your cousin?
Yeah. My niece. She's my niece. I'm sorry. She's my niece.
Your niece?
Yeah.
Well, we've been going on a little bit over an hour, so I'm going to have to jump off here. I got a situation at the house I got to take care of. You heard the dog barking. Something done got loose out there.
Mm-hmm. Somebody.
But everybody, I appreciate you guys watching. Shout out to the great Daeg and Miss Mickey for joining in. He's got the album coming out. Follow him on Facebook, Instagram. Follow Mad Monster. Go to madmonster.com. If you're looking for a good Facebook group to join, you're going to have to join Horrorcana and join that Facebook group and see all these props that Mark has in there. Any closing words for tonight, Mark?
No, I'm glad to be here. Always fun to work with you and to do this. It's a blast. Um, uh, what was the last film you saw? Just real quick. Last horror film.
I kind of nerded out today and rewatched Devil's Rejects because I knew I was going to talk to Bill, kind of get me in the mood for doing that interview.
That's badass. I'm glad. I'd love to say hi to Bill. I watched Autopsy of Jane Doe just for the hell of it recently. Yeah, but with Eben. But I really like that movie. I think it's a good film.
I've been binge watching. You're going to probably laugh at me when I tell you this. I've been binge watching $1 Million List in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing those $1 million homes. They're like throwing down $30 million for a house. I mean, you can buy half the state of North Carolina for $30 million. I mean, shoot, 400,000, you could have a 100-acre farm out here, and they're buying like 700 square foot condos for $1 million.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hmm.
All right, man. It was good seeing you, and I hope to do this again soon.
Yeah, we will. We'll see you Monday. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's Sergeant Horror Mark for Mad Monster, and we're out.
Oh, hey, real quick, I just watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space too. I don't know. Angela just reminded me that was the last movie I saw. It was great to watch.
I need to go back and rewatch that too. I hope they remake that actually, because I think that would be good too.
I'd love to see Tim Burton take that film. I think Tim Burton could, would rock that film.
Yep. Yep. Well, everybody take care. Tune in. Follow the page. Join Horror Icona. Follow the great Daeg. Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend. And hope to see everybody on Monday.
Adios.
Adios.